So the obvious big difference with our ladder truck is that it's got a big 105-foot ladder on the top of it. We can use this truck for rescue, firefighting operations, that type of thing. Core functions of the ladder company is ventilation, rescue, and force entry. That's kind of the main functions that this ladder truck is going to serve. As far as responding to calls, this fire truck will respond to any fires in areas that we have fire hydrants. So if you're in kind of the core part of the community, this truck will be used for firefighting there. Talked about it kind of is used for rescue. There's situations where, if we have a person off of a bridge or in a kind of an area where we can't tie into something else, we can tie into this ladder truck as well to use it for a technical rescue. So this truck will respond anywhere in our communities to do that type of function. It works very closely with our heavy rescue truck to perform those duties. This is kind of the second truck out of this fire station for any type of fire call in the city. So we only bring this to areas where we have fire hydrants as far as firefighting is concerned. And that's because it takes so much water, and it can put so much water out the ladder and through the pump that it's really hard to keep up if we don't have fire hydrants. So any type of area where you have fire hydrants, you'll see this fire truck going to fire alarms, structure fires, anything like that. Additionally, as we kind of talked about, it's used for rescue. We can take this truck anywhere for rescue capability. So if we have a rural rescue somewhere, you might see this truck in that area as well. So this one's got a slightly bigger pump than our other engines. A lot of our engines do 1,250 gallons per minute. This one's got a 1,500 gallon per minute pump on it. So it'll pull out quite a bit of water. The other thing it's got a large master stream, so it's got a bigger pipe going up the ladder compared to like our engines. So that pipe allows more volume of water to go through it compared to a smaller opening on the fire engine. We've got a small water tank. It's got about a 200-gallon water tank on it. So we can pull these fire hoses off right now and use it to put out a fire, but that 200 gallons isn't going to last for very long. What that 200 gallons is meant for is to prime the ladder going up. So that fills up that stick so we can start using it as soon as we hook up to a fire hydrant. And that's why we don't take this out very often to rural fires. So we do have hoses on this fire trucks like all the other fire trucks. We can hook up additional hoses if we need to flow additional hand lines should the need arise for it. If we do have a rescue situation, this truck happens to be the first truck on scene, we do have some rope bags, some tech rescue equipment so that these guys can make a quick rescue should the need arise. But ideally, it'd work in conjunction with our heavy rescue truck. Big functions of the ladder company on the fire scene is ventilation, force entry, salvage and overhaul. So as part of salvage and overhaul, once we put the fire out, we want to stop the damage. Putting a lot of water, having a fire in a house can create damage. We don't want to create any more damage if we can avoid it. So that's why we've got these tarps on the fire truck. We use these tarps to protect property, prevent water, overhaul work from doing any more damage to those houses. When we talk about hooking up to fire hydrants, that's what this big yellow hose is for. That's a 5-inch supply hose, so we can take thousands of gallons per minute of water from a fire hydrant, send it into the pump on the truck, we send it up the ladder, and then out onto the fire. This is a very big truck. It can't get everywhere. Even in some of our more urban environments, for example, like downtown Elk River on the backside by the river, some of our apartment buildings, we don't have full drive access around it. So we have all these ground ladders on the back of the truck. The biggest ladder we have is a 40-foot ground ladder. Really big ladder, but it allows us to get to where we need to get if somebody was trapped on like a 4th floor of an apartment building and we can't get the ladder truck back to it. So having these big ground ladders like this makes it so there's not many places in the community that we can't get to. But carrying on to more of the main functions of the truck company is force entry. So we've got a lot of different hand tools that we can use to force open doors. Down here we've got some larger saws. This K-saw is designed to cut through pretty much anything that you can think of. We've got special diamond tip blades on it that allow us to cut through concrete, steel, rebar, that type of thing. So we'll use this a lot when we're cutting open garage doors, reinforced doors. This saw will cut right through it to make it so we can gain entry, again, anywhere that this truck needs to get to. This saw is more used for ventilation. So this saw has a special chain on it. It's not like one you'd use to cut down a tree. It's more so used for punching through roofs, cutting holes to allow smoke, that type of stuff to get out of a burning home. So realistically, from the time we park on scene to set up, you're looking at probably 5 to 8 minutes with a well-trained crew to actually get this truck set up and ready to go. As far as actually setting it up and balancing it out, it's not a very complicated process. It's just a matter of double checking to make sure it's completely level and stable before we set it up. As far as what we can control up in the basket, the firefighters can control the water stream and the ladder from actually up in the bucket. So a lot of times the pump operator, the guy that drives the truck, will get it set up, get them to a point, and then let the guys in the bucket take it from there as far as controlling the ladder and the water flow and all that. Typically you'll see 2 firefighters up in the bucket up there, but it really depends on what we're doing. 2 is a comfortable number to have working in the bucket. Well, thank you for watching Fire Trucks 101. I'm Joe Libor, Assistant Fire Chief of the Elk River Fire Department, and we'll see you next time.